Hello everyone, welcome to our update. Many years ago, I was meeting up with a guy and he showed up wearing a very ripped jeans, and that for me was a huge turn off. I feel like we should always appear decent anytime we're meeting up with people for the first time, as first impression matters and will determine a second impression. So if for any reasons we ruin it, we may never get the opportunities to make amends, as some people just don't have time for crap. People treat you based on how they perceive you, which comes from how you treat yourself, because people mirror you. When you walk into a building, first thing people pay attention to is how you are dressed, and don't get it twisted, they will address you based on that. That is why we should always appear looking neat, responsible, and presentable. Good news is, we don't need flamboyance to meet any of these three. Some people have lost great business opportunities and potential relationships because of how they are dressed. By the way, nudity is not sexy or classy at all. At this point, I'm appealing that you please like, subscribe, and share, as it will help this message to reach more audience. Bullet points that can influence how people perceive and treat you. 1. Be authentic. Most people are naturally drawn to authentic people because they know that they don't have time for bias. Authentic people are real and are not afraid to express themselves because they are proud of who they are and will stand up for what they believe in regardless of who thinks otherwise. They are mostly viewed as consistent because people know what to expect from them. They are not pretentious. Once upon a time, I had this friend that I usually sought his opinion on certain situations. One day he asked why his opinion mattered, and I said it's not about your opinion, it's just that you're that straightforward. Forget it. Authentic people will genuinely tell you that truth that you may not want to hear and will rarely be manipulated into matters that question their stance. They usually don't beg that you love them, they just want to be accepted for who they are. According to Zach Person, don't worry about what is cool and what is not cool. Authenticity is what is cool. 2. Value yourself because you matter and you deserve a lot more than you know. So respect yourself because people just need your green light to treat you like trash. When you value yourself, you love and take good care of yourself. You show up responsible. You respect others and are knowledgeable. When you value yourself, you put yourself on the pedestal and not allow people's opinions of you to define you, because really it doesn't. When you value yourself, you will scare away people that don't value you and attract people that know your worth. People will not value you if they feel like you don't have anything to offer. And I don't mean material wealth, I mean anything of value. That is why we have to keep upgrading ourselves. As an adult, you have a lot more to offer than sex. So please do not allow anyone to reduce you to a sex toy. As a matter of fact, the worst thing that will happen to anyone will be to be viewed in that manner. 3. Set a standard for yourself. This will help you to sieve the chaff from the grain, as most people will choose quality over quantity. In a world where it seems difficult to maintain standard, people will not serve you less when they realize that you're a person of standard. Sometimes we feel pressured to lower our standards, especially in relationships, just to please others. But guess what? People don't just choose you because you reduce your standards for them, as they may begin to think that it's just in your nature to compromise or that you struggle to make firm decisions. So when you're a person of standard, you attract standard people. So there is no excuse to be substandard. Just set your standards and people that meet your criteria or quality people will show up. 4. Be consistent. According to Evan Thonier, consistency is key. People gravitate towards consistent people because they understand that it comes with a lot of determination and commitment. It also requires accountability, which a lot of people do not have. People are used to the familiar, so they will rather choose a person or a system that they understand and know how it works than one that they're still trying to figure out. That is why you have to say what you mean what you say, because really people are paying attention. When people have a spouse that is consistent, they just want them to say the word and they go to rest because they know that they are usually committed to their word. A few months back, my friend did not show up for an appointment and did not even call to cancel. When I inquired why, she told me that because the vendor had already canceled that appointment 2 times prior to that time. So you see, inconsistency does not just affect the way people perceive you, but also your productivity. So ensure that you stay consistent. 5. Set boundaries. You are the one that sets the criteria on how you should be treated. Every adult should actually have boundaries, as it helps you to draw the line and state your do's and don'ts, as some people have a high tendency to overstep their boundaries. Setting boundaries is very essential as it helps us to protect our mental health. According to Oprah Winfrey, setting boundaries is an act of self-love, because some people are just traumatized and they go about looking for who to traumatize, like you have a shock absorber. Some people may come across like they don't like people with boundaries. On the contrary, because it shows that you value yourself enough to identify with your expectations. Many years ago, I had someone on my contact who always sent me funny images. I ignored him and he continued until I called him out and he stopped. Sometimes you need to speak out, because some people are not just smart enough to read in between the lines or understand your silence. Some of us don't understand the concept of setting boundaries, as we screw up our boundaries ourselves and wonder why it's not working. We also have a role to play in setting boundaries by behaving ourselves. So let's say that you tell your spouse that you don't want to have anything to do with third parties in your marriage. Then you also have to behave yourself, because guess what? If you push them, you will get a shocker. That is why we also have to ensure that we maintain the boundaries by behaving ourselves. Finally, you cannot force or make people perceive you better than you treat yourself, or the characteristics that you exude. And just in case you haven't noticed, people always pay attention. Quote for the day: the way you make your bed is the way you lie on it. So please be cautious. I hope this video was helpful. Please like, subscribe, and share. Be blessed. Bye.